Hey there, tomato heads. Lauren here, Mrs. Tomato Head. Welcome to Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce. I come to you on Thursdays to talk tomatoes, taste tomatoes, obsess about tomatoes, talk about different varieties that I'm obsessed with this week. And today's episode is really all over the place. I've got stuff I want to talk to you about, things I've been eating lately. I've got stuff to show you. And then a couple new ones too, but I'm really I feel a bit disorganized with today's episode. And I must tell you, the sky has just gotten dark and it is thundering. And where I would normally say, oh no, I'm having a live show, this stinks. We have not had significant rain here in almost a month. No joke. We need it badly. And if you saw my garden tour on Tuesday, you will know everything's very crispy. I was actually out watering today, which is unusual. So if I go dark, well, I was going to say if I go dark, that was a good thing. But in my neck of the woods, if the wind blows the wrong way, power goes out. So all I care about is we need rain. Tomorrow's supposed to rain, but I don't know about those of you in areas of drought as well. And we could talk for hours about all of our problems during this season with so many of us around the world. For us, it's been heat. We've had a break lately. The past 2 days has been back up again, but also no rain. Some of us have had too much rain. Some of us have had cold. It runs the gamut. And I'm very fortunate. If you've seen my pictures in the group, I've got a lot of tomatoes, so I really can't complain. Where was I going with this, though? Going dark, not having rain. I don't know where I was going with it. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. If it's your first time, welcome. We are an interactive episode, and I like talking with you, not at you. So just like this. Hey, Brianna, glad you're here. Yvette's here from France. Hello. Hola, Garden Girl. Tomato Awesome Sauce. Hi, Rowena. Glad you're here. Licia's here. Yes, I use this platform called StreamYard, which allows us to talk together, which I think is a lot of fun. Hey, Randy. Glad you're here. Boy, Randy, you were so right about Nano's Meatball Dwarf. Woo! That thing is amazing. Hey, Susan. Glad you're here. Nicole's here. Hey there. Hey. My fave 2 hours of the week. Oh, thanks, Erin. Thanks so much. Hey, Licia, hug back to you. Hey, Ken, glad you're here. I'm glad Ken's here because I'm going to talk about micro-dwarfs a bit in the beginning of the episode because I announced in the group, if you're not in our group on Facebook, you should be. We're called Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. And we're really a community of tomato enthusiasts. So much more than a swap group. I say this every week, but if you love tomatoes the way I love tomatoes, the way everybody here loves tomatoes, this is a place you want to be. And so today I gave the 1 month warning. We are going to do our second, hard to believe it's second annual already, but second annual Micropalooza, which means we grow micros together indoors. We did it last winter. It was a lot of fun. There's no while we sign up with our varieties, there's no official sign up. There's no membership fee or join fee or anything like that. It's really just a time we start our seeds on the same day or after, not before, but anywhere past September 1st, we voted on this year. And then throughout the winter, hopefully December, January, we get ripe little tomatoes, which is the goal, because while now we may be swimming in these things, or maybe not, but some of us have some tomatoes, right? And probably the least thing on your mind is think of growing micro-dwarf tomatoes inside. But we did a poll in the group when to start it. We started November 1st last year. And while it was great, I found the ones that I started in September that I was sharing pictures of that were ripening in January. Everybody's like, ooh, I need that. So we voted and decided to start September 1st, which is a month from today. So I put a post up in AOG, sorry, wrong group, TLC, Attitude of Gratitude, my chronic pain, my other group. Put a post up there. I'm going to put one. We're going to do one in Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap also. So I need to do that as well. And so this month gives you the opportunity to get your seeds ready. You can grow as many as you want, as long as you've got the space for it, the light for it, whatever you need. I grow them indoors in usually 1-gallon grow bags with a saucer underneath. I'm going to go grab one. Hang on. All right. I've shown these in many episodes, but in case it's your first episode, this is kind of how I prefer to grow my micros indoors. I do soil, but you can do hydroponics. Most micros are fine in a 1-gallon grow bag. And then I use lights, and then I just have a drip saucer underneath. I think it works great. Some micros, minis may require more like 2-gallon. And if you look in the group under our guides, we have a micro mini dwarf spreadsheet, which has been my, I don't want to say life's work. That's awfully dramatic, but I'm constantly updating it. We have, between Kina, Jen, and myself, we have a lot of resource sheets available in the group for you. So if you're looking for heights on something, maybe my review on something, whether it's good to grow indoors or not, check that out, because a lot of vendors will say, yeah, this is a micro dwarf, and it's really like, 30 inches tall. And so, well, some may be able to grow that indoors, a lot can't. So you may want to check that out. But I was thinking of Ken, because Ken has recently added a ton of micro dwarfs to his website. So I want to encourage you all to check him out. He's at forgottenheirlooms.com. Phenomenal selection. The biggest, I would say, largest selection of micro dwarfs that I've found. Check him out. He's also moderator of our Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap, an all-around good guy. So you want to check him out. If you haven't been on his site recently, you want to go there. Also want to say tomorrow night is our August episode of Tomato Talk Live, which I do with my buddy Jen Joy. And tomorrow we have no guest. We are each other's guests tomorrow night. So we're just going, I wrote in the little thing here, Lauren and Jen gush about tomatoes for 90 minutes. Because that's exactly what we're going to do. And we'll taste some stuff, and we figured it had been a while since we've had just the two of us on an episode where we just like do. So that's what we're going to do this month. I hope you watched 2 weeks ago our July episode with Craig LaHoulier. Once again, Craig was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So I hope you enjoyed that episode. It was on tomato genetics, but you certainly didn't have to be a breeder to get something out of it. Deja vu. Did I say the same exact thing last week? I think I may have. And he's going to come back at the end of the season. He's going to come back. The three of us get along really well. And as you can tell, if you've watched the episodes, he's just the most genuine, down-to-earth guy who wholeheartedly loves tomatoes. And when he says, if you have a question, DM me, email me, he means it. I just DM'd him about something just yesterday. He's just great. So I hope, if you didn't catch that episode, I hope you do. I'm seeing people put in hashtag tomato. If it's your first time, I do give away prizes. They don't go out right away, I will warn you, but I draw 5 names at the end of the episode. So all you have to do is type in hashtag tomato in the comments, and we'll do a drawing. There's my buddy Jen. I'm so excited. Me too, Jen. We haven't even talked about what we're going to talk about, but we don't even really need to, do we? Because you just get the two of us together, and it's just like do, and this, and this, and this, and it's great. I can't wait to. Let me go back to some of these comments that I'm missing. You got our storm from last night. Folks in Omaha are still without power from those 90-mile-per-hour winds, trees down everywhere. Oh, I'm sorry, Drew. Hope all is okay. Yeah, it's raining. It's raining. Oh my gosh. Jen, I know you're watching. I know you can relate to this. It's raining. Do I have a bunch of stuff outside that wasn't prepared for rain? No. No, I think I'm good. Yay! Oh my gosh, it wasn't supposed I swear every night or every day I look at the WeatherBug app and it's like, storms expected, rain expected. This has been every day for almost a month. No joke. I think we've had a couple like really quick storms, but in general, my garden is dry as a bone. Gardens are dry as a bone. Really even difficult to water, to keep things watered when it's that dry. So those of you out in the West, like my buddy Malachite Jen out in Nevada. Speak of the devil, there she is, eating my first BLT of the season with my first ripe slicer. So happy. I'm happy for you. Which tomato is it? Anyway, I'm really happy for the rain. Really happy for the rain. My plants will be very happy too. Surprisingly, we're still getting good amount of tomatoes. If everything stopped today, I'd be okay. As you guys have, if you saw my garden tour on Tuesday and then last week, you've seen the pictures on my counter. We're not lacking for tomatoes, and I'm very, very grateful because I know many of you out there have not had a great season. My buddy Jen, my BFF here, she put up a video today sharing about her major loss over at Materville. If you haven't checked out her video on her YouTube channel, Jen Joy, you want to. It's heartbreaking. It's also something that, while I can't speak from personal experience this year, I've had bad years for sure. I've been growing for 30 years. So many of you can relate, and I think that's what makes Jen so special. I know that's what makes Jen so special, is she doesn't pretend to have everything's hunky-dory, And I'd like to hope that I don't either. I show the good, the bad, and the ugly because that's reality. That's what gardening is. Jen referenced something in her video today. There's a very popular YouTube gardener from here in my home state of New Jersey, I'll say that. He had a clickbait video on this week that said something like, I give up, my season's over, something along those lines. I haven't watched anything from his in a while just because I've been so busy. So I clicked on it and I thought I already knew about Jen. She told us last week or a couple days ago, I guess, what happened. Well, it was over the weekend. And I thought, oh, this will be great. This guy's really well known. I'll watch it and I'll send it to Jen and make her feel better. Total clickbait. The guy's garden looks great. He had some really good motivational stuff for those of you that have had a bad year. So I understand why he did the episode, but the clickbaity stuff I did not appreciate at all. Ooh, Kristen, I've been drowning the past few days in malachite box. I can see why it's your favorite. Yeah, you agree? Oh, it's just it's a green when ripe for those of you that don't know. It's just tomato deliciousness. Hey, Michael, glad you're here. Lisa, starting it next month, can't wait. Yes, Micropalooza, bring it on, right? So for those of you that are not having a good season, we've got micros to look forward to. And not every micro sucks. It just doesn't. Many people start with Orange Hat because that's what Baker Creek sells. And it's the most tragically awful Micro-dwarf tomato out there. There's so many good ones. I'm going to show you a couple in a minute. Just some of my favorites so you know what to look like. But this was Keena's idea, and I think it's a great idea. For those of you in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, who will be doing Micropalooza, and it's totally optional, as is everything in the group, Keena thought, let's do a special most wanted post. So we have a most wanted post in our group. Everybody's allowed to have one tomato on there at a time. You're most wanted, the tomato you're really just looking for. And then somebody hopefully grants it to you or finds it for you. And then once you have it, or you don't want it anymore, you can remove that and put a new one up. It's been ongoing for a year, just about a year now. Keena thought, let's do a special one just for micros. So we're going to do that. I didn't get a chance to get it up today, but maybe tomorrow. So that way you've got time to start accumulating those micro-dwarfs you really want. Excuse me. We also have Micro-dwarf Monday. You can ask for 5 new varieties every single week. We have Seed Seeking Saturday. You can ask for 5 varieties of anything you want. We have the stamp game on Thursdays, which is today. Maybe people are giving away micros. There's tons of opportunities to get micro-dwarfs in our group. We're a very micro-dwarf centric group, which makes me happy. And there's lots of great breeding going on right now too. My buddy Michael and I here, we've started breeding micros ourselves. We're on F2s. Actually, Michael, you may have started your F3 already for all I know. Mine are just about there, my F2s, but I've also, I've crossed 3 more micros, which I've got the F1s growing for right now, which is crazy. So there's a lot of exciting things going on in the micro-dwarf world that are not tasteless. I was going to, since I'm on the topic, I'll just show them now. Here's some of my favorites. This is only some of them. I really like Vilma. I've always said it's my favorite micro, but you know, it's funny. Lately, I've been tasting it, and it's a bit watery to me on a couple different plants. I don't know if my taste is getting more, I don't know. It's weird because they used to be sugary sweet, and lately they just haven't been for me. But I still love it, and I've got a 2-year-old plant, old lady Vilma, who she's outside. Hopefully the rain will do her some good. She's looking rough, but she's been producing for me since August 8th, 2022. Zusa Luis, or Sweet Luis. This is a rare one that I've recently discovered. I think I talked about it last week. The only place I know you can get it from is from Vienna Seeds. So I'm going to put the link in the comments. This is probably the sweetest micro-dwarf I've ever eaten. And yes, it beat Candyberry, I think. Did it beat Candyberry? It's really close. The brick score, the sweetness score is really close. This is like an 8.8, and I think Candyberry might be a 9, something like that. I'm going to put in the comments the link. This is our friend Sabine, who's in the group. This in the comments is the link to get Zusa Luis, or you can, of course, ask for it in the group. I might be the only person who's grown it at this point, but highly recommend you get seeds for this. It's nice and compact, and it is actually, this is the plant on the way out. This is a Zusa Luis. It's been really prolific. It's looking rough now. Do I have any fruits on here? Yeah, these are really tiny ones, but they get a little bit bigger than that little bullet cherries. Delicious. And normally I do not like yellow tomatoes in general, but especially micros, they're tasteless, but this one's delish. Black Patio might be difficult to find. I was given seeds for this from a friend. They're from Russia, but you can also, again, ask for it in the group. Maybe somebody will have it. I know a few of us do. Gigi's Glory Micro Multiflora. This is bred by my friend Heidi Schmalz-Dolan, who's in the group. Great, another great yellow micro. Bunny Kisses is from Heritage Seed Market, or Bunny Hop Seeds, and I'm pretty sure I saw it in Ken's shop also. She released a whole bunch of new ones this year. Jewel Beetle, which was a green when ripe, really more of a hanging basket in my opinion. Super Bunny, which has a little bit of antho, and she claimed to be the best one, but honestly, I liked Bunny Kisses better, a lot better. Really sweet, so that's a good one. Candyberry is a bit confusing. I've talked about this one a lot. It turns out through research and with Kina and through a company, it's a F1 hybrid that's also known as Candy Tom Red. Somebody saved seeds for, and so if you have seeds for, what you're growing out is some kind of generation of the hybrid. So my Candyberry plant that I'm growing now is the next generation from the one in the picture. It looks very different. Taste of the fruit is the same, but the plant looks very different. So Candy Tom Red and Candyberry are the same thing. and it could be kind of all over the place because it is the dehybridization of a hybrid, but a good one, a really good one. Tiny Totem's one of my favorites, especially for Micropalooza, because the plants are short, 12 to 14 inches tops, and you get fruits that are this big, and they're really good. I'll admit they're better when grown outside. I'm growing some outside now, and they're much better, but everything's better when grown outside in the sun. But this is delicious, and I know, having done this show over the, you know, the winter, done some lives, when I slice into that in the winter, everybody's oohing and eyeing. It's a really, really great one to grow indoors if you have the space. Nice and short. And in fact, I'm using pollen from this to do a lot of my micro crosses because I want big, I want flavorful, and I want compact. Henry Harrington's bush cherry. This is one from New Zealand. I know the seeds are quite a bit out there now. I was singing its praises a couple months ago. I've got to tell you, though, weird on this one, too. I'm growing out the next generation of this. They just don't taste the same. Michael, did yours ever turn red? We were talking the other day. Mine were kind of an orange, and they didn't turn much red after that. It's not supposed to be a hybrid. The two sites that carry it, it's not listed as a hybrid. Same size and all that, but yeah, I don't know. My plant was a little diseased too, so I could give it the lack of flavor to that as well. It lost a lot of foliage, so maybe that, but I do recommend this one. And Dwarf Patio Plum, it's a recent one I reviewed on the show, was not expecting it. This one you can find from tomatoeden.net. This is a really good one. The foliage looks like curly Kaylee. I don't know if Ramonte's out there, but she said this is her favorite micro, and I didn't even really know it existed until recently. And it's really tasty, very compact. It's growing here in my green stock. That's a really good one. Anything else? Oh, this one I grew, I think, last winter. Little Heartbreaker. It's really compact. It's got these matte little heart-shaped fruits, and it's really tasty. Now, with the heartbreak, there's a million different heartbreakers in the micro world. A million. There's heartbreaker, one word. There's heartbreaker, two words. There's heartbreakers, twiggy, heartbreakers. It's very confusing. I don't know why people can't think of other names for micros that are shaped as a heart other than heartbreaker. But this one is called Little Heartbreaker, or Lille, Lille Heartbreaker. And you can get these seeds on tomatoeden.net, but make sure you specify which heartbreaker. There's some other good heartbreakers too, but I like Little Heartbreaker. If you're looking for something really compact, it's great, and it was super healthy. I think that might be it. Yep, that was it. So let me get to some more comments, and then I've got a couple other fun things to share. Oh, Deb, happy 2 days after my birthday. Thank you. Thank you. It was fun doing the garden tour with you guys on my birthday 2 days ago. I had a great day. If you're in the group, you saw that Rob got me an induction pressure canner, which is a game changer. So I make this tomato crack. The recipe's been going around in the group. It's basically slow roasted tomatoes with herbs and garlic, olive oil. I've got a batch in the oven now. Most days nowadays I have a batch in the oven. You're slow roasting it until basically the water's taken out. So it's really concentrated tomato flavor. If anybody out there has made it and you want to share what you think of it, I'd love to hear it. Looks ugly as hell, but tastes like heaven. And so I can it. I used some in our dinner last night. I made fresh zucchini, sauteed in the pan, fresh zucchini and shiitake mushrooms and some fresh beans. We had it with rice, and then that amazing tomato salad I shared in the group, and fresh sourdough. But anyway, so I can it, and I don't have the canner. And so we have an induction stove, which requires special cookware. It's magnetic. It's great because we can put a 14-quart stock pot to boil in a matter of 5 minutes. No joke. But so while I have a massive pot that I could use to can, it doesn't work on an induction stove. So in my 14-quart stock pot, I can fit 6 jars tops. And with tomatoes that's called water bath canning, and you have to keep the water at a certain level above the jars, let it simmer for 40 to 45 minutes for tomatoes in order for it to be safe. That takes a lot of time for only 6 jars at a time and 45 minutes, but I'm happy to do it. I love jarring it. I love giving it away to people. It really captures the essence of summer perfectly. Last year I started pureeing the crack, so I keep it like as a paste too. And anyway, so Rob got me this amazing induction pressure canner, which is so geeky, but those of you who understand. And I can fit 20 16-ounce mason jars at a time in that. And because of the pressure, apparently I can can tomatoes in 15 minutes. Best birthday gift ever. Not really, but yes, a wonderful gift. And he's just so thoughtful like that. So it was a good birthday. Spending it with you guys, spending it with him, doing our tomato tasting, and had a really nice gift. Let's get to some more comments. Overbird, hopefully I've answered your questions already. 2 micros indoors this winter. Yeah, it's a tough one. I would recommend Tiny Totem if you can, just because those big, tasty fruits are good. Candy berry, you can't really go wrong with candy berry. That's a good one. Not sure what you'll get since it's kind of we're finding out hybridized version, but I do know so far they're really, really tasty. And also if you can order that Zusa Louise or get your hands on it, this one, delicious. So, and hopefully anything that I just shared would be good. And you can go in the group, go under our group guides, and actually, I wonder if I can pull it up right now. I can put a direct link to the spreadsheet that I've created for our group. That's a master list. I see somebody's on here right now, as a matter of fact. Okay, so I'm going to put this link in the comments. You can go on this spreadsheet, and I do the best I can as far as information, including links and pictures, heights, my taste test if I've been able to grow it. And so hopefully you find that helpful in your choices for Micropalooza. And you're free to private message me anytime. I'm a micro fanatic, so really happy to help. Nicole, thanks for the reminder to hit that like button, Jen. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Somebody tried to get me over 900 the other day, and it looks like I'm over 900. I think I was at like 902 subscribers as of this morning. So thank you, guys. Ken is killing me. Placed my order on his birthday. Yes, that's when he was unveiling the new shop. Again, if you're just joining us late, if you're looking for micro-dwarfs, there's a lot of great sources. We do have a master list in the group of all the great micro sources to get micro-dwarfs. But if you want one-stop shopping for the most, I'm going to tell you where to go. ForgottenHeirlooms.com. Ken, he's the nicest guy in the world. Really takes good pride in what he grows and his seeds. And I like to consider myself the micro queen to his micro king. We help each other a lot. So give him the business. He's just a wonderful, wonderful guy. I should have also mentioned, so a couple other things. Gigi's Glory, that one can be found at secretseedcartel.com. That's Heidi Dolan's, and that one you can order from there. And then I already mentioned that dwarf. Let's see. Dwarf Patio Plum and Little Heartbreaker can be found at tomatoeden.net. Speaking of tomatoeden.net, those of you who are in the group know that yesterday, Kina, Jen, and I announced something. Am I going to cry? I think I might. Geeky. So geeky. Jen, are you going to cry? So, Tatiana, many of us in the group have ordered from Tomato Eden, especially over the past year. She's in Latvia. Nice woman. Her prices are great. Her selection is unsurpassed of all tomatoes, sweet peppers. She's amazing. What she does in order to get, she has a plant passport, which she told me just yesterday. She had the inspectors come in. She has to submit seeds for testing. She spends a lot of money to get a plant passport, which should enable you to get your seeds without customs confiscating. And yet that's not happening despite her plant passport. But she always resends, always. And she is just the most wonderful person. And we love and honor our vendors. For the most part, they're all just so wonderful. And Tatiana and I have become friends. And on my birthday, she messaged me. No, the day before my birthday, she messaged me. I was talking to her about a variety, and she said, I have a special surprise for you and Jen and Kina, moderators of your group. And I forget what else she said about it, but I was thinking, oh, maybe she's sending us seeds, or I didn't really know what to expect. And then on my birthday, she sent a message. I am going to cry. This is so geeky. She announced that she's created 3 tomatoes named after me and Kina and Jen. Ooh, silly. Not silly, though. I mean, I just can't think of a bigger honor when you're a tomato head. And to come from a vendor who I adore and respect so much. So these are in the F4 generation. Let me read to you about them because she gave us a breakdown. The Lauren is a cross of Mennonite and Ananas Blue. The tomato is named after Lauren Blanchard Zaleski. The bush is tall, 1.8 plus meters in a greenhouse, mid-early ripening with large, lush fruits, weighing 200 and 450 grams, with a light dusting of antho on the shoulders and pink veins inside. The peculiarity of the variety is that the fruits smile. And she sent pictures of all of our tomatoes on the vine, and I could see what she was talking about. Mine, the cat-faced or something, that many of them were smiling. So totally amazing. Kina's is a cross of Delta Diver Red and Chalilis. The variety is named after Kina Tonarud. Mid-early, the bush is tall, 1.8 plus meters with a simple compressed leaf. The fruits are red with a golden stripe. Fruit weight is 115 to 280 grams. Loves potassium. Productive. And then Jen's is the same exact cross, but just a different variant that came out. Delta Diver Red and Chalilis. The variety is named after Jennifer Vandervoort Cordial. Mid-early, the bush is tall, 1.8 plus meters, with a simple compressed leaf. The fruits are yellow in stripes with a red tie inside. Fruit weight is 80 to 200 grams, unpretentious, like Jen, and productive. So that's our big news for those of you that missed the announcement in the group the other day, yesterday. Beautiful tomatoes named after you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Just the best announcement ever. I know, Jen, right? I know. You cry, I cry. Kina, highlight of the season. I know. It's like, I know the 3 of us were kind of beyond words. Because there's no greater compliment. I mean, we started this group a year ago, and just with the vision of creating like a really great space for tomato lovers to come. That's more than just swapping seeds, but just to learn and grow and exchange ideas and have resources and shows but doing it kind and completely drama free. And now we get tomatoes named after us by a vendor who we love and respect so much. So Tatiana, I know you don't speak English well, but sometimes you watch, I think, thank you from me, and I know I can speak for Kina and Jen also, and they've expressed it also. Jen says, it's insane to me. I'm so honored. I know. What do you even say? I mean, I keep telling her thank you, and we're so honored and humbled, but gosh, I mean, what do you say? So, and she also, Tatiana also said she's sending Kina, Jen, and I seeds for our tomatoes, which is nice. And, you know, of course, already visualizing, we can give away some. She's not sending us a ton, but like enough for ourselves. But we will be ordering them for sure. Apparently, they're drying now. They'll be available in a couple weeks on tomatoeden.net. She's already added some new stuff to her store if you haven't been on lately. Just a couple things I noticed yesterday. But yeah, so the Lauren, the Kina, and the Jennifer. And I love that it was together. I love that the three of us got our tomatoes together, bonds us together as three musketeers forever. It's amazing. Nicole says, Tomato Eden is heaven for tomato geeks like myself. I agree. Totally. And Graf Samina, who I discovered only a couple months ago, she's turning out to be that place too. Kristen says, being someone who subscribed to Jen so long ago, it's amazing to see her journey and love this for her. And of course, you too, Lauren and Kina as well. That's nice, Kristen. Absolutely. Already got that. What is the smallest pot you can plant tiny Tim or totem in a tiny totem in a small pot? Tiny totem could grow in a 1 gallon. It's better in a 2, but it can grow in a 1 gallon. Tiny Tim is not tiny at all. Tiny Tim is large. You can do it in a 1 gallon. Again, that one prefers 2 gallon also. It's almost a mini dwarf Tiny Tim. But there's Micro Tom, Micro Tina. There's a lot of like nano dwarf tomatoes. Micro Tina, Micro Tom, Baby, Nina Neutron, Punchy Me. There's one I got recently that's not supposed to be a nano. It's called Chocolate, but it's definitely a nano. Cindy C's variety Sheen is turning out to be a great little nano dwarf. So those can grow in smaller, but in general, you can't really do much under plants will grow to accommodate whatever they're in. So you can kind of grow a plant in any size, but how will it do? The majority of micro-dwarfs will do okay in 1 gallon. But there's some that really need 2 gallon, and there's those nanos that you can do in like a tomato can, or, you know, something else. And I did Vilma in coffee mugs a couple of years. That's how they got started out, my 2-year-old Vilma, just as an experiment. And she produced. She didn't do great, but she produced. So they really can accommodate, they will produce based on how much space you give them. Some it's too much space. Like somebody was saying the other day, shoot, I wish I had remembered what it was. Somebody was saying they grew a certain micro in a 3 gallon. I forget what micro it was. And it really just doesn't need a micro, it doesn't need a 3 gallon, whatever it was. It just would have been a waste of space, and soil and time and effort. All right, so let's get back to some comments. Like, can't wait to try them. Thank you so much. Thanks, Heidi. Appreciate that. Congratulations, says Sandy. Thank you. Lord, it is awesome sauce. I agree. Thanks, Deb. Thank you. It is so cool, Ken. Thank you. This is our friend Ken with Forgotten Heirlooms. Check out his site. You definitely want to. You're even more famous in tomato land now. I told Kina Jen yesterday, I think, I'm like, we're tomato famous now. We have tomatoes named after us. Chelsea says there still needs to be a Jen Joy tomato. That's true. It's a Jennifer. It's named after Jennifer Vandervoort Cordial, but not Jen Joy. Kim, you ladies have had an amazing impact on the tomato world. You're going to make me cry, for the vendors all over the world. So very deserved. Kim, coming from you, that means a lot. Thanks. Thank you. You've been with us from the beginning and you know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Nicole, you ladies deserve it for all you do for the group. Thank you. These Dark Guard Adventures, thank you. If you successfully cross Jen and Lauren, is the tomato called Tomato Talk Live? Pew! Oh my God. That's the most amazing idea ever. But we've got to get Keena in on that too. Oh my God, how cool would that be? Michael Kelly, this needs to happen. That's amazing. I love it. Hi, Ansel, if you're watching. Hey, buddy. How are your tomatoes doing? Ansel is Cordaro's 5-year-old tomato head son. He watches with us. Now we can really have y'all in our gardens all over. Yeah, absolutely. I wish I didn't have to wait till next season. Hey, Sasha. This is awesome and a great honor. Thank you. You say get ready. Everybody wants it. Haha. Yep. Hopefully as a set. Yeah. I love that so much. Me too. Me too. If you're joining late, just as a reminder, our August episode of Tomato Talk Live is tomorrow because we did our July episode with Craig so late, and tomorrow's the first Friday of the month, and it's just going to be Jen and I gushing over tomatoes. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 1 o'clock Central European Standard Time. Check your local listings for your time zone. Jen, thank you, everyone. Your comments are so sweet to read. I love you all. I know. Don't you feel the love? Jen, I know it's been a rough week for you, but it's looking up, my friend. We got Micropalooza on the horizon. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about and you haven't watched Jen's video yet, make sure if you don't subscribe, I'm sure you do, but if you don't subscribe to Jen's channel, she lost all of her Materville. She lost everything. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jen, to deer. I mean, she was losing it to the drought and the heat, but the garden finally gave a last cough, and a couple days ago, she lost everything to deer. So she put out a video, a really heartfelt, beautiful video a couple hours ago. So Jen, now I'm going to cry again, but I think I can speak for everybody and say that you are such a beautiful person. And the fact that you're so honest and you can share with us things like that, because that's reality, that's gardening, and it'll make people love you more if that's possible. So we look forward to the future. I really am crying. I know. Keena, thank you all for your support and nice comments. We're connected forever, my friends. We've got tomatoes named after us. Oh, Dee's Garden Adventures Kenorgen would be a combo of all your names. That sounds so ethnic. I like it. Kenorgen. It sounds like something I'd be on Google Translate with Keena on, like, what is this tomato? I need to use Google Translate. Is it Russian? What is it? Is it from Latvia? Oh, Ansel, tell Mrs. Tomato Head I love her. Ansel, I love you too. I do. You make me so happy. You're such a good boy, and you help your dad with those tomatoes really, really well. Congratulations, lady, says Catherine. Thank you. Jen says, yes, they ate ripe and unripe all they could reach. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Sasha's heartbreaking. I'm so sorry. It is. It is. I say this every time I'm on the air. I just said it again on Tuesday. We can do everything we can. We can get our seeds. We can plant them in the best soil. We can take care of them, water them, give them the adequate light. We can harden them off outside. Everything can be looking great. And we are so at the mercy rather of Mother Nature in whatever form that takes, whether it's weather or pests. So Jen, we love you. We love you. And hopefully I know you've already had a table at home full of stuff which is amazing. I know a lot of people haven't had anything. Still heartbreaking, of course. And I hope what you've got at home feeds your tomato that love for sure. Pam, I watched Jen's video. Yeah, I encourage you guys to watch it. Linda, hey Linda. Oh no, Jen Joy, that is awful. So sorry. Yeah. Jen Joy, you now made the video you were looking for. People won't get duped anymore thanks to you. People won't get duped anymore thanks to you. Oh, are you talking about the one, the clickbait one, Cordaro? Yeah, that was a big haze. That was disappointing. I like that guy too. I don't like clickbait though. Rowena, all the talk about varieties from different vendors has had an impact on them too. So it's nice to see the three of you get this honor. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a win-win, isn't it? The group we came from, why we started this group, they didn't allow mention of vendors, which makes absolutely no sense to me in a group for tomato enthusiasts. How does that make sense? No links, and look, certain groups don't allow links. That's their prerogative. I allow links in all of my groups. I've never had a problem. But gosh, it's so great when we can say, in the most wanted post, somebody's looking for Suffer Well and say, hey, here's a link, and they can go buy it. I mean, doesn't that just make sense? I don't get it. But anyway, so we love and honor our vendors, and gosh, we place some big orders. I do a lot of unboxing videos. Jen does a lot of unboxing videos. They do get orders from us. So it is a win-win. It is a win-win. We love them. Lisa, I had to pick most green. I don't do green, but I do it first blush, which I've shared many times. And it does help me. On my deck is my micros. That's where the chipmunks go to get my micros. And they do pick only things that are ripe or almost ripe. And then I've had some bunny problems, and then I'm seeing a groundhog around again lately. And they go for the ripe ones. So I pick it first blush. I allow them to ripen stem side down on my counters. Had to add a second one this year. And it works out well for me, and I've never seen a difference in flavor. Nicole, Jen's video made me cry. My heart breaks for you, Jen. I feel your pain. I'm dealing with critters too. Yeah. Deborah in Australia. Hi, Deborah. As I'm growing winter vegetables at the moment, the kangaroos wipe. The kangaroos eat your winter vegetables? Is that what you're saying? The kangaroos wipe. Gosh, wouldn't that be cool if a kangaroo came and ate my tomatoes? I mean, not really, but not really. That's really neat that you've got kangaroos, though. There's enough to go around. I never understand not being able to share links, mention other vendors, or mention other channels. To me, that's greedy. Agree. Or other groups. I don't care. We don't care if you mention other tomato groups in the group. There's one vendor in particular. I won't say the name because I don't want to give him, actually, kind of two vendors that I prefer. We don't allow talk of in the group because he's scamming people. You don't have to worry if you've been in the group a while because you'll never see his name in the group. We've got it set up so the name's not mentioned. He was big a while ago, but no longer. And he scams people. And I have proof that he scams people. It's not just hearsay. Once in a while, somebody will get something correctly, but he scams people. And so I can't in good conscience allow that. Neither can Kina and Jen. So we don't allow that. Teresa, I have 100 tomatoes bagged to keep the squirrels off. Good thinking. Aaron, a squirrel dropped a green tomato from a tree onto my head this week. Of course, he had taken a bite. Ouch. That's funny. Hey, Cynthia. Glad you're here. Of course, we're an hour in. I haven't talked about any of my 10 tomatoes. I don't even know if I have 10 tomatoes. It's kind of all over the place this week. Seems to be working. That's great news. That's really great news. So, all right. So I showed you I told you about tomorrow. Be there, be square. Jen and I are looking forward to it. September 1st is our second annual Micropalooza. So make sure you If you want to participate, make sure you get your seeds and you have a month to get ready. And if you're in Pepper Lovers Collective and Swap, we'll be doing it in there also. I haven't put the announcement up. So make sure if you want to grow micro peppers, you can tell I grow things inside. I'm always swatting away bugs. Par for the course. Worth it. Totally worth it. So yes, they will be starting September 1st over there too. And then of course the Lauren Kina and Jennifer tomatoes done by Tomato Eden. And then I showed some of my favorite, and there's more. I was just trying to think on the fly of some of my favorites quickly to share with you guys. All right. So one thing I'm always sharing about, is that I've never found a red tomato that has knocked my socks off, right? If you've been watching me for a while, you know I like intense flavored tomatoes, loud tomatoes, stuff that like makes me pucker and say, oh my God. I've started calling them our OMG tomatoes, Rob and I. And we're really lucky. We have the same exact palate. It's very rare we don't agree on something, which makes for tasting easily, really fun and easy. He will take a mild red and put it in a tomato sandwich and be just fine. Me, I still want a loud tomato in my sandwich. Sorry. So I'm always growing. I won't give up on the reds. And when I say red, it also includes pink because sometimes I have a hard time telling the difference. I kind of use them interchangeably. I know they're not, so don't go by me, but I do. A lot of people say that's not a red, that's a pink. Same difference to me. I haven't found a pink that I love either, except last year, Sweet Scarlet Dwarf was phenomenal. That's the only red I've had. Dwarf or indeterminate that has knocked my socks off. Actually, Little Napoli is a compact variety, but that Roma is really, really good. I can't say I've found the showstopper red, but I found a really good one. I will tell you what it's not, and that's monkey ass. We tasted that bad boy last night, and Jen kind of warned me. And that was one that my son Jake picked because it had a funny name. Ansel, my 26-year-old boy, he picked, we've talked about this before. He picked those funny names. And I'm going to say a swear word in a minute, and I'm sorry. I guess I just did. Monkey ass. Not great. Big tomatoes, productive plant, would be good for tomato sandwiches if you don't care about the loud flavored tomatoes like I do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody has my palate. And I know Jen says this all the time too. My review is just my review for my palate. I want the smack yo mama loud flavor like Malachi Jen says. Monkey ass did not hit the mark. But let me show you something that kind of did. I mean, not completely, but it's really, really good. I'm sorry, Ansel, I have to say it. It's called Asshole. Seriously, that's the name. Asshole is really good. We gave it a 7.5 out of 10, which is really good for us. And I'm going to taste it again right now. Very productive. I always say I'm not a sucker for the names like some people are, but this one I absolutely ordered from Tomato Galaxy because of the name. And I have no idea what it means in Russian. It is from Russia. It's also known as Asola with an A at the end. I'm like, I have to order packets of this because I have to put them in trades because it's just too funny. All you have to do is read the name and say, oh, asshole. But I wasn't going to grow it. And Jake picked it. Of course he did. And boy, am I glad he did. This is really, really good. Look at the interior. Really bright red. I'm going to taste it again now. I'll probably make a mess because these things are big. Every single one is big like this. Jen, I was just going to ask you. I know you tasted it too. Oh, yes, it is. I haven't edited my naughty taste test yet, but I hope you all have a sense of humor. But my asshole tasted great, right? It's good. It's good. It is. It's good. I'm not doing this on purpose. I swear. I swear. Yvette, I have not tasted Rebel Yell yet. I think it's on the lineup for tonight. What did you think? I've got high hopes for that one. Really high hopes. It's more of a pink, right? I've been waiting for it to turn a bit darker, but it's pink. But I believe that's a Reinhard Craft, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right? And my plant is suffering, but I'm getting a couple Rebel Yells, and I've been waiting wholeheartedly. I'm waiting for quite a few things. Even though my counters are full, I'm still waiting for Ed's Millennium, which is supposed to be a really great red. We just picked our first Sicilian Godfather, which is supposed to be a really good red. Michael, that's a big asshole. It is a big asshole. They're all big assholes, let me tell you. They're really good. Didn't taste Seven Rivers yet. I think that's on. I keep pushing it off, Cordaro. I've got some that I've had to do seeds already because they've gone bad, but for tasting, haven't yet. Have to admit, I'm a little nervous. Growing Rebel Yell next year, yeah. Did you say what you thought of it, Yvette? Chris, I've got to grow asshole now. Let me show you what this thing looks like. So it has a Brix of 4.3, which sounds like it's not high, but let me tell you, when it comes to regular slicers and indeterminates, they tend to average fours and fives, I would say. Sometimes you get a 6. I will tell you, there's been two things. Suffer Well by Bill Yoder was an 8.9. And then one I'm going to show you in a bit, which is a really big one, is an 8.8. But in general, they're 4s and 5s. So don't let the Brix on slicers scare you off if it's a 4.4. There's so much more involved in flavor in a slicer than sweetness. So I just took the core out. Let's slice into it. It feels like a bit of a waste, but we've got a lot of these. Oh, gosh, look at this. Look at the inside of my asshole. Isn't that pretty? I just want to taste it again and make sure I wasn't crazy, because I told Rob, I'm like, I think this red is actually good. It is. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. You know, I would actually might even bump this up to an 8. You can get these at Asshole. You can get Asshole at Tomato Galaxy. I think I do have the link. I think they've changed the name. They're now tomatauwesomesauce.lv. All right. Here is the link. Not sure if they're in stock or not. I've never seen it anywhere else for sale. I'm sure it must be. Let me tell you about my asshole. What Rob and I wrote for with our review: a very tasty red, intense flavor that lingers. And let me tell you, that flavor is still lingering right now, which is unusual for a red for me. Very good for a red tomato. One of the best I've had. Got it from Tomato Galaxy. Medium early tomato variety. Fruits are red, heart-shaped, sweet, and flowery. Yeah, the size they're big. As you can see, this one and this was a small one we reviewed. You can kind of tell the difference between what I'm holding now. That was 11 ounces. Forget what that is in grams, sorry. Yeah, that was a smaller one. These are all big. They're around the same size. They're pretty uniform in shape, but this is a very good red tomato, you guys. I'm quite happy. Oh, did I put it in the comment? I think I forgot. Got too carried away. Oh, no, I already did. Okay. So go to Tomato Galaxy or this link here. Jen says her asshole is big too. All right. So that's Teresa. I'm sorry, out of stock. But let me tell you, I gave away seeds to a lot of people. So I'm sure a lot of people will be growing it. All right. I know this is obnoxious, really obnoxious. I'm sorry. I want another taste. That's really good. I've got to bump this up to an 8. I'm going to have to ask what Rob thinks. It checks all the boxes for me. It's got that acidity. It's really juicy. Not that much sweetness, but not so much where it's like completely acidic or anything like that. It's delicious. I'm sorry that it's out of stock. I know many of us have it. I should have brought more bags down. I wanted to share with you a couple other things that I've been digging so far this season. Some of you have seen in the group. Just seeing that everybody's looking for assole. You can try, as I mentioned, the other name for it is Assola. I mean, I've tried to look. I'm pretty good at tomato research, and I really haven't found much. But if you go into the depths of vendors from perhaps Russia, Ukraine, you might find more about it. Oh, I should mention it's an amateur variety. So an amateur bred this from Russia. So you might find, but Tomato Galaxy was the only place I found it. So maybe they'll probably have it in stock as people, the vendors are starting to get seeds back in now, and then you can always ask for it in the group. You never know. All right, what's next? All right, I wanted to share with you, I think I've shared this a few times, but I was talking to Keena and Jen about this earlier. One of my OMG varieties of the season so far, I talk about Jarsons all the time, and there's been some that I've just been chomping at the bit to sink my teeth into, Jarson 16 being one of them, which is a cross between Cherokee Purple and Ananas Noir. It's good. I'm growing 3 different versions. They're good. I wouldn't say they're phenomenal, which is surprising. Also finding that I'm growing a lot of things that are like crosses with Cherokee Purple. Uh-oh, we're the Wonder Cats here for dinner. I'm growing Mariana's Peace and Cherokee Purple cross. It's just kind of okay. But let me tell you, so Jarson 16, I'm growing like a green version, a purple version, and a green purple, not yellow, because it's tricolor. I think so. I'm forgetting. I was so excited for that one. I wanted to grow the 3 different versions I had. So it's funny because the ones where I look at the crosses that don't really blow me away are the ones that are blowing me away. This thing, Jarson 10. This is a cross of Ananas Noir and Cazula 37-4. I think I talked about it last week. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited about it. Cazula 37-4 is a cross between Steak Sandwich and Pink King. Now I know I talked about it last week. This thing is gorgeous. It's insanely delicious. We gave it a 9. It's a 5 on the brick scale. It's absolutely incredible. It's a work of art. The picture I show on the right, I was sharing this with Keena, excuse me, and Jen earlier. It's a really lame picture, but you can see that was from my tomato salad from last night. The outside was completely red, and the inside had that interior. This is another Jarson 10 I've got right here. It's kind of ripe. They're big too. Yeah, this is right. So some of them are that red with the interior, and some kind of look like this. I think this could use a couple more days. But wow, this one knocked my socks off, and you can tell just from the interior, it's just amazing. Is anybody else growing Jarson 10? Oh, Lena. Lena's here. Assol is the name of a female lead character from Alexander Grin's novel Scarlet Sails, which literally means and salt. I love you, Lena. First of all, I'm so glad you're here. And second, thank you. Because there's nothing that drives me crazier than to not know the backgrounds of tomatoes, which you guys probably know. Um, I'm going to have to, can I copy and paste that? I may have to ask you for that later so I can put it in my spreadsheet. Thank you, because the website did not have any of that on there. So fantastic. I'm glad to know that. It's really, really good. Um, cannot wait to try Jarson 10. Thank you, Lean. I appreciate it. It's really, at least my version, with Jarsons, you just don't know what you're going to get. And for those of you out there who are growing them, you know this. I saw Jen's Jarson 1 is different from any Jarson 1 I've grown so far. And many of you, I keep oohing and ahhing when you post pictures. I'm like, oh, I don't have a Jarson that color. I need to trade with you. This Jarson 10 I got from my Jarson angel in Poland. She gave me several different ones. I opted for this one because her pictures showed this tremendous bicolor and did not disappoint. Kina's growing it. Yes, absolutely. Oh, thanks, Jen. I just took a screenshot. I'll send you. Thank you. Oh, Hope is here. What was I just thinking about you with Hope? I was wondering if you were here because I was saying something that made me think of you. Don't remember. But Jarson's absolutely beautiful. It is. It is. Let me show you another one. I'm skipping around here to get to this. This thing, what a surprise this was. And I've got another one here. Jarson 22. Jarson 22. Look at the size of this thing. They're all like this. They are all like this. And it's not just one or two fruits on the plant. This is a cross between a variety called Coastrally and Ananas Noir. And when we sliced into it, as you can see here, it's nice and meaty, but you can also see there's some hollow pockets there. So I'm like, probably isn't very good. Had lots of seeds and goo. Look at can you see the brick score on this thing? 8.8 is unbelievable for a tomato, for an indeterminate. This thing is great. We gave it an 8.5 out of 10. 8.8 bricks, very sweet. We said lots of flavor, sweet with a crazy high brick score for an indeterminate. Not much tanginess, gorgeous interior with tons of seed pockets. And I wrote good, I meant to write goo. Slow, flavorful. The flavor totally lingers on the palate. This was a total surprise. I'm thinking, like, you know, a lot of Jarsons are big. I wouldn't go as far as to say most of them, but a lot of them are big. He uses copia in a lot of his crosses also. And I think Coastrally is a big one. But anybody else growing Jarson 22? Where did I get this one from? I think I got this one from, I know where I got it from. I got it from Cariarte, which is another wonderful vendor. And I've got in the comments here, I'm going to put a link. Hers looks a bit different from mine, but that's the story with Jarsons. This is a great tomato. Again, another one completely unexpected. We liked Ananas Noir. We didn't love Ananas Noir. We love Ananas Noir for the color of it, but as far as flavor goes, it didn't blow our minds. We grew it a couple of years ago. For a few years, we grew it. But it was mainly like I knew seeds for this were hard to find, and it just sounded cool. And I'm growing about 25 different Jarsons. So this just between 10 and 22, this just goes to prove that the ones that I thought would be great or blowing my mind aren't. And there hasn't been a bad one. Let's put it that way. They've all been good. Jarson 13 Ochre Pear, which I don't have a picture of. Oh, Deb, you're growing it. Yay. Yay. I'm so glad. Nothing ripe yet. Are they big? I hope so. Oh, Dee's growing it too. Just harvested seeds. One of my best. You think so too, right, Dee? Yeah, crazy, right? Karen, oh my God, Jarson 22. Jen says, dang, I know. Oh, wow. It's a monster. It is a monster. Jarson 2 are also huge. Huge. Oh man, it's a hunker. What a huge tomato. The green goo, I know. Can you stand it? I just want to like take a bath in it. And I might after the episode's over. Oh, I love you guys. Make sure you put in hashtag tomato if you're joining us late. I eventually give away prizes. And I've got some really great stuff to give away lately. I'm saving seeds for things like Nano's Meatball Dwarf. I've got seeds for B times Macbeth. So type tomato, hashtag tomato in the comments, and I'll draw 5 names at the end of the episode, which will come eventually. And I'm terribly behind, and I apologize to all of you, but I am good for it, and I always make up for it. I always include extras. So thank you for bearing with me. It's tough during tomato season, and then I know I've shared I haven't been feeling well, although this week has been much better. 3rd round of steroids a charm. But thank you for bearing with me. But I do make good on. I promise. I write them all down in my handy dandy notebooks. That color in bricks, yummy. I know we tested it like 3 times. How can it possibly be a bricks of 8.8? And suffer well, like I said, suffer well, same thing. Bill Yoder, suffer well, 8.9, I think, something like that. But don't let that sway you again, like I said with Asshole or Assola. Don't let that sway you from thinking, oh, that's only got a 4.4 bricks. That's a delicious tomato. Some are just more sweet, some are more tangy. The tomatoes flavors, as you guys know, they're much more complex than just how sweet it is. Now, for like micro-dwarfs or cherry tomatoes, bricks can say a lot. Although now I'm negating myself because I put up a review today for Carl's Emslandtraube cherry tomato with a great story. You've probably read it in the group, and I've shared about it many times in the broadcast. Seeds, Jen and I got seeds from Tim Schneiderger's from Germany. His 103-year-old grandfather bred it right after World War II. In fact, if you go on my Instagram, which is Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head, he put more of a story in the comments when I posted my review today about him breeding it actually during the World War II, which I haven't read the whole thing yet, but it sounds interesting. But that bricks was only in the 4s, I think. So low for a cherry, but the flavor on that was intense. So I shouldn't say that it tells all the story with cherries, but for if you like a sweet cherry, then the bricks will say a lot. And for micros that can often be tasteless, bricks can say a lot too. I had an amazing micro yesterday. I'm waiting to hear back from her as to whether I can review it, but not helping my friend, but Heidi Dolan gave me one that she's stabilizing that is insane, just insane. And I can't wait to share it with all you guys when she says it's okay. It's a prize-winning Jarson. I know. Oh, it is growing big, says Deb. All right, great. Good. Thanks, Licia. Hope you feel better. I'm getting there. Definitely getting there. Thank you. Just cut into a mini APP. What's an APP? APP. Is that your micro? No. What's an APP, Michael? Mini app? I don't know. So cool. That's what Jen was talking about. Oh, yes, I know. And I felt awful. I was telling her I posted my review before I watched her video. And then I watched her video, and the one variety she talked about really being upset over losing was Carl's Emslandtraube. Boy, do I feel like a jerk. She knows I would have never, ever done that on the same day that she puts out that video. But I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't. But yes, that's the variety Jen was talking about, that she was really upset over over losing, because it's a special one. And Tim's grandfather, who bred it, his 103-year-old grandfather, passed away in June, so it's really special. I know, Jen. I know. You stop that right now. I know. I've apologized a few times. Oh, Antho Pink Panther. Yes. How is it, Michael? I have ripe ones. Oh, there it is. I have ripe ones. I haven't sliced into them yet, and I've got ginnies, ripe ginnies also, which look really super cool. I want to save seeds, get them out for Micropalooza. All right. What are we going to go on to next, Lauren? We got to finish this episode at some point. Somebody was asking me about this during my garden tour the other day. And this has been a nice surprise of this growing season. Etoile chocolate, or Etoile chocolatnaya. Really productive, really delicious. Got seeds from Carolina's Paradise. I don't know that she has them on her site. We got it in a trade, or she gave it to me in a trade. These are really, really good. We gave it an 8 out of 10. Brix is a 4.5. Let me show you what the inside looks like. I'm in love with these little things. I know Lydia from Carolina's Paradise, she's having a really rough year with her garden too, so I'm not sure if she will have them. Look at this. Super yummy. That's really good. Not sugary sweet. A little crunchy. I didn't realize that before. So tangy. Just enough sweet aftertaste. Really flavorful. Really, really flavorful. So I highly recommend this. This is, what did I say? 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is a really good score for us. We're picky. Oh, Deb, the Carl's Emsland trial bug you gifted me is producing like crazy. Very tasty fruit. That makes me so happy. And I was talking with Tim this morning after posting the review. He was very touched for his grandfather and all of that. And I said, we're going to do our part to share seeds and get his variety more well known, not just in the U.S., but around. I know Tomaten Flüsterer in Austria carries it, but I believe he's the only one who does. So we can save seeds. I intend to. I actually already am. And gift them to all kinds of people. Okay. I'm being really mean here by eating tomatoes on the air. I'm sorry. Another one from Carolina's Paradise that's phenomenal is this dwarf ochre heart. And this she does have for sale on her site. So good. Did I not put down the rating? I know we rated it a 9 out of 10. It's that good. I've got a ripe one here somewhere. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Beautiful. The plant's really productive for a dwarf. Very healthy considering the drought. And I had, we eat with our eyes first, and I had in my head, it looks just like Uluru ochre, just in a heart. And I thought, oh, it's rare. I'll grow it. It's super cool. Tastes nothing like Uluru ochre. Very sweet. What's the Brix on this? I didn't write that. Stop that. Oh, the Brix is right here in the thing. 7.7. 7.7. Oh, Keena's having a rough year too. Dwarf ochre heart is producing even here. I'm so glad you're going to get this. So glad you're going to get this. I love watching people eat, especially tomatoes. So do I, actually. Michael, watching you eat them is what made me go get one to eat. So I saw you say above, I think, that it's a little too meaty for you, the dwarf dwarf mini Antho Pink Panther, which is a micro. Yeah, got good production on it. Nice with some salt, though. That's good to know. And Kristen, yay, you're still alive. Just got done harvesting a bunch of amazing grace. Excited. Anyone else growing that? I'm not, but I've thought about it over the years because that is a beautiful, beautiful variety. Of course, I'm still alive. Do I ever end? I just can't stop talking. All right, I'm going to be mean again. Slice into this. You shush. I'm eating tomatoes. That's Rory the Wonder Cat. Come on. Come on. That color. I'm growing a number of things with this color this year. Teresa at Terra Nova Farms gave me a Jarson 17. That is this color. Jarson 13 Ochre Pear is this color. Teresa at Terra Nova Farms gave me seeds for her exclusive Earth Angel, which I'm about to put a review up for. That's this color. Beautiful, beautiful dwarf tomato. And then this one here, I don't know if I'll get to it, but Butterscotch Stripes is kind of that color. She scratches the rug to try to get me annoyed, so I'll go up and feed her. This is... I'm going to do... I know I showed you the bricks, but I'm going to do it live just to show you. Insane. $7.1. That is one freaking amazing tomato. It's only about... I'll tell you the information about the tomato while I'm stuffing my face. It's only about... The plant is about 3.5 to 4 feet tall. Again, super healthy, super productive. I'm totally growing 2 plants of this next year. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, Jennifer Bell, I was just thinking of you. You're the one I got seeds from Amazing Grace for. How funny. Glad you're here, Jennifer. I mean, I know. It really is. Rory is being naughty. I love the color of the ochre heart. So pleased it tastes sweet and is a healthy plant. Are you growing it, Jennifer? That makes me think you are. What do you like it too? It's amazing, right? Doesn't get much better than that. Or does it? Boom. Gang. This Bogatir Ilyusha is incredible. I know Alexander from Lucky Garden mentioned in the group the other day that there's talk that this is actually Berkeley tie-dye heart that somebody in Russia stole. There's no way to find out if that's true or not. I don't know if it is true. I think it's awful. All I know is that there are many vendors who sell it under this name. And all I know is this is a freaking amazing tomato. Now, it seems like I'm only growing freaking amazing tomatoes. Let me tell you, we're tasting probably between 6 to 10 a night right now. And I get really excited to show you the freaking amazing ones. That's like yesterday I put in, I think, a 7 out of 10, which is still really good. But I haven't been rushing to put up the 6s and the 7s, because when I get something like that dwarf ochre heart or this Bogatir Ilyusha, I want to tell you right away. So, but I don't think we've ever given out this many 9s out of 10s in one season so far. I guess we just picked really well. This thing is sublime. If you like that loud flavor that I do, oh my God, it's definitely an OMG tomato. What was the bricks on this? 5.7, respectable. Definitely, I can already say it's the best of 2024. And I wrote a pretty lengthy review in the group yesterday with my conversation with Rob and I. We tasted it. We just kind of didn't say a word. We were savoring it. We looked at each other. We smiled because we knew. And I said a 9 out of 10. And he said at least. And so as we continue tasting it, it might actually go up to a 9.5. Suffer Well was another one I have to retaste. That was 9.5 or even 10. This is a fantastic tomato. I don't know if it's the same as Berkeley tie-dye heart or not. I really don't. I just know that I got these seeds from Lux Tomatoes. You can also find them at Tomato Eden. You can also find them at Graf Semina under this name. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Highly recommend. You've grown some stunning tomatoes this year. Wow, I know. Jennifer, no, I'm placing it in my cart. Just happy about your review. Oh, yeah, you will love it. You will love it, and you'll want to sell it in your shop as well. Jennifer has a shop on Etsy called, oh, why am I drawing a blank? Head to My Toes. Head to My Toes. She's in Canada, so I'm not sure if everybody can order from her, but great shop. Me want Bocatir. Yes, you do. Let me tell you, you do. It's delicious. The interior, I mean, you could just kind of tell. I think I said that in my review too. You'd slice into it like, do you even need to say anything more? Yes and no. We sliced into a couple that looked like they were going to be amazing, and they really just weren't. Unfortunately, Blue Ridge Black was one of them. Not great, in our opinion. Bogatir's gorgeous. Yep. Yes. Linda, after seed saving, taste testing today, now making salsa, smells amazing. All colored salsa. I love that. I love that. Somebody was making my tomato crack yesterday. I think it was Missy, and said her house smells like an Italian restaurant. That's how my house smells. I love it. It smells like that all day. Looks amazing. Looks gorgeous, says Eva. How did we not know that? Not sure. Not know what? Not sure. So anyway, big fan of this one. We'll have to do an end of season. We like to do end of season taste offs with our favorites, but like, I don't know if our season's kind of, I don't want to say it's winding down, but a lot of plants, because of this drought that we've had until today, I'm not sure how much longer we're going to get tomatoes, or if we'll have all of our favorites to taste in one place, but it's amazing. All right. What else do we have? All right. This hasn't, did I want to show anything else? I did want to show you a couple other things. I have not tasted with Rob yet. And I know I share this all the time. Tasting, we do that together. That's our thing. And I don't want to take that away from him. So I won't taste these for the first time today. But this is Great Scott. This is from Tomato Revolution. I was given seeds from a friend. It's a limited, exclusive release just this year for Tomato Revolution in the UK from the Dwarf Tomato Project. I was talking to Craig LaHoulier about it yesterday, asking him about it. The color on it is unlike any color I've ever seen before. Just breathtaking, isn't it? It's a dwarf. I don't know if I said that already. It's almost like a coral color with that striping. So we're looking forward to slicing into that. Not sure where it will be after this season. I guess they had Tomato Revolution had an exclusive deal with the Dwarf Tomato Project for this year to be the only ones to carry it. But after this season, that may change. Did I not put up something for butterscotch stripes? I meant to. You know me, I miss a slide every week. I guess I was just going to talk about it. Butterscotch stripes is one from Bounty Hunter Seeds, from Sean. We've grown quite a few great things from him this year. This is a really good tomato. We gave this an 8.5. It's got a 4.5 bricks. These are really productive. Jen, I feel like yours were a different color, weren't they? Were they not that butterscotch? Ours are definitely kind of a butterscotchy look with green stripes. But Sean sold out of these pretty quickly, but I'm sure he'll have more at the end of the season. Again, look at the color. Really beautiful. Don't drip on the keyboard. And tasty. Mmm. Mmm. Mm. Haven't had one in a couple days. It's really good. Mmm. Yeah, that's a solid 8.5, I'd say. Mmm. So flavorful. Last night we tasted a lot of blah tomatoes. Unfortunately. This is a good one. Okay, so there's that. This one I've been excited. Keen, I hope you're still here. Lux Tomatoes has wonderful pictures. I think I showed this on the garden tour the other day. She has a Jarson 7 on her. Let me just show you. Can I show you? Yes, I can. She's got the most spectacular tomatoes. And I was, of course, with my Jarson obsession, had to have this. Look at her Jarson 7. Look at this Jarson 7. What is Jarson 7 a cross of? Now I'm forgetting. I think it's a Nanis Noir and Persimmon, I think. You would think I would know this by heart. I've got my sheet. But anyway, so these colors are what grabbed me from Lux Tomatoes. And mine looks a little different, but still absolutely breathtaking. This is Jarson 7. I'm growing one other Jarson 7, which I think is a green one ripe or tricolor. Isn't this gorgeous? So I think we're taste testing that tonight. All right. So there were just two new ones that had nothing to do with what I've grown so far that people have given me seeds for recently that I just wanted to talk about because that's normally what I do in this show when I don't have tomatoes to taste. Oh, wait. Let's get to some comments. I'm growing butterscotch beefsteak and butterscotch paste this year. Almost grew butterscotch stripes too, but it got replaced by something else. I was told by someone I respect in the tomato world who grew butterscotch beefsteak who said it was not a beefsteak. I don't know what your experience has been, but she was really bummed out. I have so many tomatoes to decide upon for 2025. I know. I have seeds for butterscotch stripes. It's a great one. Jennifer, so many beautiful tomatoes. My grow list is over 50 for 2025. You're feeding the addiction. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. So back to, I have two that I just wanted to, I was putting in my binder and I thought I would touch on it because they sounded pretty cool. Here's the first one. It's from China. It's called Changli. And I read about it in like Tomatoville or one of the boards just saying that it's one of the tastiest cherries you can have, like sweetest cherries. Couldn't find all that much about it. It's from China, of course. It's also known as golden yellow plum. It says the seeds are extremely rare. Origins unclear. It was born in China, but some sources say Canada. Was collected by the U.S. Department of Agriculture in 1931. Says it's rare. So that is Chang Li. So I'm grateful to have seeds for that from a friend that I did a trade with a long time ago that I'm just packing up now. And then the last one is this one, Purple Dog Creek, which is from the U.S. It's from Kentucky, featured in the 2008 Seed Savers Yearbook. Large, dark pink, 250 to 600 gram, flattened beefsteak-like fruit with rounded ribbed shoulders. Exceptionally flavorfully beefy flesh, a complex mix of indefinable flavors. Very good production in the second half of the season. So you get me with exceptional flavor every time. Is it going to be the red of my dreams? I don't know. Maybe I'll grow it next year. But I'll tell you, asshole, probably not the red of my dreams because it doesn't have that smack your mama flavor, but it's really, really good. Really, really good. Quite happy with that. Where did I get Chang Li? From a trade from a friend in the group. And you can Google it. I wasn't finding all that much about it. I'm literally packing my dried seeds for Jarson 7 as you talk about it. Yay! Which one do you know which one you grew, Jen? Where the seeds came from, which version? Because there's so many. I'm curious. I'm not sure if I've seen your picture of Jarson 7. I love me some Jarsons. Okay, so that's it for this week. But I will see you guys tomorrow with Jen. 3 times this week you get to hear me yammer on about tomatoes. But tomorrow, Tomato Talk Live, me and Jen. Looking forward to that, being with my buddy. And let's give away some prizes. So if it's not too late, you can put in hashtag tomato. And then rather than giving you access to my spreadsheet, I'm going to give you a choice of some of the new varieties that I've been reviewing that I love. And maybe there's been something today that I've shared with you that you would like seeds for. So I'm going to give you choices. If you win, just private message me. Or if you're not in the group, here's my email address. Okay. So let's do that. We'll give away 5. Well, we're under 2 hours today. Check that out. Amazing. Oh, we've had 70 people. 70 people enter. That's amazing. Thank you guys for being here with me today on a Thursday. Jerry Grady. Congrats, Jerry. Jerry, I think you won something else recently. Okay, there's one. Happy August, everybody. Still plenty of tomato growing season in my neck of the woods. I don't know about you guys. Sorry. Congratulations, Malin. Butterscotch Stripes is really good, you guys. What did I rate that? 8.5, right? Yeah, that's definitely an 8.5. That's really good. Sean at Bounty Hunter Seeds carries that one. And again, I think he was in stock, or out of stock rather, but I would check back in the fall. Okay, 2 more. 2 more. No, 3 more. Eva, big winner. Congratulations. I just got up to date with you too. Now I'm going to owe you again. Okay, number 4. Boy, it's been hot here again. I don't know about you guys. Hot, hot, hot. Looks like the rain stopped, but Marty Pressler. Congratulations, Marty. You can private message me if you're in the group or use my email address and we will work something out. And then last one. Jennifer Bella. Congratulations, Jennifer. Congratulations to everybody. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night for Jen and I. We're going to have lots of fun. Again, it's been a while since it's just been the 2 of us. And we'll be talking all things tomatoes. And we want to do it with you guys and just have a great time for 90 minutes. So I will see you next time. Thanks for everybody watching live. Thanks for participating. And if you're watching the recording, value you too. And if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do. Peace and love. Get your gratitude on and go grow tomatoes. Bye, gang.